The president left commentary to his border czar Tom Homan, who made his first public remarks since being ordered to take over in Minneapolis, a move that sidelined Noem and other top DHS officials. Here's Homan on what has happened in conversations with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey.
In my meetings with folks so far, and most importantly, the governor and the AG, the Mayor Frey, we didn't agree on everything. I didn't expect to agree on anything. I've heard many people want to know why we're talking to people who they don't consider friends in administration. Bottom line is you can't fix problems if you don't have discussions. I didn't come to Minnesota for photo ops or headlines. You haven't seen me. I came here to seek solutions.
When it comes to agreeing on everything, there's one item that might well unite advocates and opponents of Trump immigration enforcement. That photo ops and headlines are Secretary Noem's preferred communication motif. Reuters reports that federal officers have new instructions since Homan's arrival. One instruction: do not engage with, quote, agitators. That means protesters. Another instruction: only arrest undocumented immigrants with criminal records. And when doing so, use a megaphone to communicate, quote, every step of the arrest process, unquote. This new guidance, according to Reuters, says this about protesters, and I quote, do not communicate or engage with agitators. It serves no purpose other than inflaming the situation, unquote. These directives could, emphasize could, foreshadow a drawdown of federal officers conducting immigration sweeps.
The withdrawal of law enforcement resources here is dependent upon cooperation. Like I said, one agent arresting one bad guy in jail means less agents on the street. We have some agreements. We got more to talk about how we're going to implement those agreements. But as we see that cooperation happen, then the redeployment will happen. Look, target enforcement operations should happen across the nation. That's what we've done for decades.
Homan also said this about the investigation into the killing Saturday of Alex Pretty.
We'll let the investigation roll out, let the investigation play out, and let it go where it goes. I'm not going to come out and make any comments that I think is right, wrong. Do I have an opinion? Yeah, my personal opinion, but I'm not going to share that with you. I'm going to tell you, let the investigation play out and see where it goes. But again, the president, one of the words he said to me when I came up here, he said he didn't want to see anybody die.
About Alex Pretty, you may have seen this video. It is of Pretty in a very agitated way engaging immigration officers 11 days before he was killed. At one point, Pretty kicks out a tail light on an unmarked vehicle. Federal officers exit that vehicle and take Pretty to the ground. Now, about this video, there is a swirling social media debate. Was it generated by artificial intelligence? It was not. For what it might be worth to you, we have verified it. What is more, an attorney for the Pretty family confirms the video is authentic, adding, and I quote, nothing that happened a full week before could possibly have justified Alex's killing. In Minneapolis for us tonight, as he has been all week, let me turn to Ian Lee. Ian, is there anything that resembles different tactics or a drawdown?
Major, there's a tone shift here, and that comes from the dialogue between Tom Homan and local and state officials. He said they didn't agree on everything, but the one thing they could agree on, that public safety was paramount. And one thing he pointed out in particular that could help that situation is those arrests. If a person is arrested, an undocumented migrant, and they are arrested by local authorities, instead of releasing them into the public, release them to ICE. He says then that reduces this friction that we've seen. One ICE official can arrest that one person. Now, if that person is released into the community, then he says you need more than a dozen ICE officers to go and arrest them. You need a team that does the arresting, and they have to be ready for any potential scenario. But then you have a security team, and that security team is because of the protesters. And again, that's where we've seen the friction for weeks. And so he says one way to reduce that is to have those arrests in jail. Now, he also pointed out his main goal is to arrest people who are public security as well as national security threats, although he did tell Lana Zak that nobody is off the table. If someone is here undocumented, then they are potentially going to be arrested. But the most important thing is you are seeing that dialogue, and with fewer agents going out in the streets arresting people, then you can see that drawdown. You can see things kind of subside a bit.
Ian, catch up my audience, if you'd be so kind, about this Alex Pretty video of days before the Saturday episode that led to his death.
Yeah, so this video took place 11 days before the killing, Major. And in this video, as you pointed out, you can see him confronting federal agents. You can see at one point he spits at them. He also kicks that taillight out. And then the federal agents come out. They tackle him. There's a scuffle. He gets out. You can see, though, in that video, he is carrying a gun with him, potentially the same gun that they took from him in the confrontation that led to his killing. But it does kind of paint a picture of the moments leading up to what happened when he was killed, those days, his movements. But also, again, it just reiterates this friction that we've been seeing, not only with Alex Pretty, but Renee Good as well, where protesters are out there confronting. And as you pointed out in the Reuters article, agents are now told not to confront, not to engage these people.
Ian Lee from Minneapolis, thank you so very much. I appreciate it.